What's up, guys? Welcome back to the vlog. My name's Dan Kathman. Thanks so much for joining me. I got some big news today. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you. Today is Sunday, September 1st, 2019, and today I quit acting. Welcome to the vlog. So that's pretty big news for me. If you know me at all, I've been acting since I was 15 years old. I've had an agent since I was 17, and I've done a lot of things. I've been in over 20 productions in theater, done a lot of independent short films, and produced them myself, and been in them as an actor, writer, you name it.
We spend our whole lives trying to find ways to avoid death. But in the end, death will find us.
And I've done that for a very long time. And I even started making videos when I was 12 years old. Now, this isn't going to stop. This is a little different. I see it differently. What I mean is actually going out on auditions and acting. And I don't consider this necessarily acting. This is what I do for a living. It's making content, making videos, making photos. That's what my business is. I have a photography and video production business and real estate and in general as well. I got 2 companies. So yes, this will continue. I do like this. And if I started back over from when I was a kid and it was today's age, I don't even think I would think about, really doing acting the way that it has been before. Get an agent, go on auditions, try to work your way up, and hopefully one day you'll get enough money to make a living at it. And then maybe you'll be big enough to really make some sort of real impact. I've been thinking about it. I got an audition and it was a pretty good one, and I was just kind of timid about even going because it's not just the audition, right? It's not just the day of audition. It's leading up to that. You're memorizing the script, you're worried about it, you're thinking about it. Then if you get the part, then that whole month, you're thinking about it, you're working on it, you're thinking about it. It's just a whole thing. It's like kind of like falling in love. Like when you're in love with somebody and you just meet, it's a distraction because you're constantly thinking about them. You're constantly wondering what they're doing. You can't really focus. Your head's in the clouds and you're thinking about all these other things and you're not really focusing on what you really want to do. So that's kind of what that is for me. So today I was very gracious and I'm very thankful for the agent that I have now, but I, had to tell her that today was my last day. Basically, I quit because I really want to aggressively focus on my business. And this is more of a distraction for me right now. I don't know what the future holds, but in this moment and right now, foreseeable future, I don't see it as something that I want to pursue. It's more of a hindrance and a distraction for me than it is anything else. And this is something that I've wanted. This is a dream that I've had since I was 15. I started doing seriously acting. But now I see it differently. Now there's a whole new way of getting that, whatever that is in me, out. And it's right here. And it's also, the funny thing is because it combines everything that I want to do and am doing. So not just me personally as like an actor, performer, I want to be on camera, and not just, it's also on you. This is the entrepreneurial way. This is on me to do it. You're not relying as an actor, you're relying on them to say yes to you. You're working on their job. You're an employee. This is right up my alley. But the other thing is that this is exactly the best thing you can do for your business. I have a business where I help realtors market. So I help them with their listings, their videos, and their headshots, market themselves, their businesses, and I want to go even a step further to help them in their advertising and stuff like that later on. That's the scope of my business, and that's what I've been doing for the past 4 years. And even before that, I started my first business when I was 19 years old. I took out a student loan and I started my first video production photography company in Florida, and it was pretty successful. It lasted me through college and then after, but I was still had my head in the clouds and was distracted by acting, by this different dream, how they didn't really mesh well together. how if this happened, then I couldn't really do this. What if I blow up like this? How will I do this? It didn't. So that was always a battle with me for forever until I had the realization that one, I can still build the business. And if I have other things going on, not at the time, it wasn't just acting. It was like, what if you start another business? What if you get asked to speak? You got to go out and, you got a book tour, you got books or whatever, like the entrepreneurial, you're the guy kind of thing, that stuff naturally happens as you grow and get bigger. That happens. I've already done speaking engagements. I've already done these things. I've already written a book. That's already happened. I'm not talking about far-fetched things. I'm saying, what if those become successful as well? And that's a very natural thing for the owner of the company, of a company to have happen. And then I realized, then I can just, it wasn't until recently that I realized I could hire a manager, because I felt like I had to be boots on the ground in it. And that's just my naiveness and just really always being the chef of my business. You know what I mean? It's hard to step out of that. And now I'm maturing, I'm getting older, and I'm realizing that I can and that I will when it grows. So I don't want to stop the growth, because it wasn't just me. I was worried about, my mom works for me. I was worried about bringing on people and then, letting them down and letting my clients down. I'm even have empathy and sadness to let them down, truthfully. So a lot of them have actually become like friends, so I don't even want to let them down. So this has always been a battle for me, a struggle, right? And when I first started my business, it was going to be films. We were making films on the side, and that's what we thought were going to excel us.
The win has to be tonight, for tonight is the only night I can be invisible in plain sight. Tonight, I can walk the streets with a blade in my hand and a mask on my face while the people in the neighborhood just think that I have a well put together costume. For tonight is Halloween, the night when you can be anyone you want. I just never thought I would be a murderer.
And again, I don't want to say that may never be, because it may turn into on that side of things as time goes on, more of a Tyler Perry Studios type of thing. For me, maybe. I don't really have much desire to do it at this particular moment. I'm not really searching to do that, not in that way at least. But I'm not saying it never will, because that has always been something that I've kind of been drawn to. But again, it's my own thing. I'm not going out and trying to audition for other people. I'm not trying to be a part of people's projects. I'm the producer. I'm the guy, I'm the company that puts it on. Now, I've always done that, and that still does appeal to me, but right now it's not. Now YouTube and social media, this is what appeals to me. Not just because it fits everything about me, because it's my entrepreneurial spirit. You got to really have this entrepreneurial, do-it-yourself kind of drive for something like this to really work for you. All these people that do it, people disregard them, the famous YouTubers and stuff like that, and famous people on Instagram and all these other places. But you really have to have that. I believe you have to have that gene, whatever the gene is that I have that makes me able to do business for myself, and that's what it is and always has been. It's that similar gene that you have to have. Not really going out and working for somebody else. You're doing it yourself. But the other thing is, and thing that I'm going to try to teach my clients and people, is the fact that you need content to be successful in 2019, 2020. You're making content for the phone, and it's not necessarily, if you're not, living on this, everyone is. So you're making stuff for it, for your business and for yourself. So it's not just, I'm not saying I'm doing this just for my business, but it is a part of it. That is something that I realized that will excel as well. So it's not just one thing, it's all these things. And I'm just finally punching through it and saying, you know what, I just got to let that go. I just got to stop and realize that that's not really my dream anymore. Times are changing, and this suits me more anyway, and it appeals to my entrepreneurial spirit, and it also helps me with my business, and it gives me whatever that is, that stand-up comedy, that acting, that filmmaking, all of it. This kind of thing does it. I do things like this, I do little funny things on TikTok, doing a podcast, writing the blog, writing books, those things, they're all kind of on my own. They fill that creative gap, that void that I need to create and do. They also directly affect my business positively. It might take it even further. There's more and more examples of people doing this right now, and it's working for that. I'm seeing them like, that's really it. And if I was 15 years old, 17 years old, and today's age, I would be the same exact way that my nieces are and that my nephew is, that right now he's 17 and they're 12, 13, and they want to be YouTubers. They want to, because this is a viable way to make a living. I don't think I would even take the old path of getting an agent, going out auditions and trying to move to LA and trying to make it that way, because also the medium is fluctuating too. The movie theaters and TV, cable in general, it's all kind of moving in flux, and I think we're moving more and more to the end consumer directly. So all these things apply, and all these things I've been thinking about. So today was a day that I just said, I'm cutting the cord, I'm done with acting, and I'm going to focus completely on my business. And yes, I do consider this as part of my business as well, because it is called content marketing. If you never heard of it, you should look it up. If you don't got any money, you don't got any way, content marketing can be your friend. Now, I'm not saying this is the only way, of course not. There's tons of ways that I get business and that I will get business, but this is definitely one of them. And I'm not gonna be sitting here pitching you my business either. That's not what it is. It's just like, you see me, I'm talking to you, and you happen to know that I have a business. Anyway, that's all I had to say today. Thanks so much for listening. I really appreciate you. If you're watching, I really do appreciate it. You're one of the few. But I'm going to continue doing this. I may keep it simple, kind of like this for now. But we'll see. There's a lot of things. I have a lot of ideas for doing videos and stuff like that. So you're just going to come along with me. These are going to be considered my vlogs, but, they may be different each time. But, the one consistency is you're going to see me. But thank you so much. This is my 50th vlog. There was probably a lot more in between that I didn't call vlogs because I didn't really know what I was doing. But we're going to stay on this path. But this is 50. And thank you so much for watching if you have so far. Hope you guys have a great day. Go out and do what you really want to do. And because guess what? The reward is doing it. I really believe that. I think the reward for going after your dreams is just that. Going after your dreams. The reward is doing it. So go do it. Thanks so much for watching. My name's Dan Kathman. You guys have a great day.
You do it, but you don't do it like this. You don't do it like this. But you don't do it like this. You don't do it like this. But you don't do it like this. You don't do it.
Real quick, I know a lot of you probably heard a passing, like, you wrote a book? What are you talking about? And I did self-publish this book. It's on Amazon if you guys want to check it out. It's called Elves. It's like, 110 pages, but it's a real comedy. I think it's really funny. Go check it out. It's called Elves, Dan Kathman. Search out on Amazon and you'll find it. You can get it printed, shipped to your door. I think it's pretty cool. I'm getting in the mood to spend some time on one that's around Halloween. It's getting September. It's getting that time, so I'm getting kind of inspired. But thank you guys so much for watching. You guys have a great day. Peace out. Bye.